Alright, we had to make a quick pit stop so Jason can walk his mother's dogs.
Why is your animal disgusting? Why does your dog and your cat not belong in your house or anywhere near your family? That's what I'm going to talk about and tell you about in this video. Many years ago, when I was not a zookeeper, but working to become a zookeeper, an intern basically, at the zoo I would eventually be a zookeeper for, I did things in order to get on the good side of the keepers. And you know, little things, you work hard during the day, but you do other little things to hustle a little bit. And one thing was, my mom would make brownies, and when she would make brownies, I would bring them and offer them to the zookeepers. This is way before I was vegan, years and years before. But I remember one day, I brought a particular set of brownies to the zookeepers, and I can remember distinctly at lunch, them sitting there, and they're chowing on the brownies, and all of a sudden, one of them says, Matt, do you have a dog in your house? And I said, why, yes, we do have a dog in our house. My family has a dog. And then the zookeepers just looked at each other, and they just nodded, and I was like, what? And they said, oh, I can taste your dog in these brownies. Disgusting. I asked them how, and they were like, you know, your dog's in your house, there's dander, there's hair, you know, people who have animals, people around animals a lot, you know, it gets in there. And then they ended up going on a story, telling a story about another keeper that worked at the zoo and how whenever she brings food in, she's kind of like the mom of the zoo. In fact, one of the reasons, if there was any reason why I would go back to that zoo, it would be just to see if she made lead keeper, because if there's anyone in this world deserving to be a lead keeper, it's her. But they were like, you know, she brings in food all the time for us, and we appreciate the effort, but every single time you can taste that hairy old dog that lives in her house. And I remember I told my mother this, about this experience, and she was just appalled. That's the first time, I think, that I really got this notion in my head that these animals don't belong in our house. There's something weird about them being there. There's something out of place about it. And I think forever in my life, that'll be the first moment where that kind of seed was planted in my head. And at this point, I don't think it's deniable in any way. In past videos, I've talked about how it's a little bit creepy, how it's strange. Aizam Lazard in one of his videos talks about the act of picking up feces of another animal off the ground, and how that's out there, to say the least, that we do that's a norm in our society, that we yell at each other over whether or not a bag is used in that operation, that there is literally etiquette surrounding how you pick up the feces of another animal, a species that is not your own.
That might get flagged, bro.
Why would that get flagged?
They're taking shit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
You may question who I am to judge. I've dealt with crap that you can't even imagine. I've burned my hand picking up elephant poop. Do you know what it's like to burn yourself picking up another animal's feces? Because I do. Hell, I even have the experience picking up the feces of monkeys who are positive for the primate equivalent of human sexually transmitted diseases. Not fun stuff. But your dog is the most disgusting of anything. And I stand firm on that point. Your dog is not cute. Your dog is not charming. The animal that you supposedly love, the animal supposedly loves you. The animal whose balls you lopped off just so it could hang out with you.
Oh, you're a nice one, huh? You're a nice one.
He's the bitch.
The black one?
With all the stories that I have, your animal, the animal that lives in your home, it doesn't belong there. Because everything about a dog is meant to get into things. Everything on them sheds. Everything on them comes off to get right up in there in all the little crevices, wherever it can. Penetrate the impenetrable. It's meant to mark. It's meant to let everything around it know, I was here. And I was here not long ago. And it's really good at that job. Hell, even think of an animal's prey in the wild. A wolf killing an animal. Don't you think it would be advantageous for them to be able to get their smelly all over it however they can, in whatever amount they can, in the largest amount they can, so that when another predator comes up to that carcass, it knows who was there, who took it down, who it belongs to, and not to mess with it. Don't you think that makes sense? It gets in your food. People who know animals can taste it in your food. If I go to your house to eat your vegan food, I don't want to eat your animal's hair. I don't want to taste the skin follicles of your animal. Chew on that.
Hey, come on, dang dog. Come on, you friendly. Too friendly, man. Sucker.
Don't want to be